and see what happens. Oh, wrong thing. I'm bringing up a YouTube. Gotta go find me. So I can see what you guys see. Gotta turn my volume off. But I was trying to figure out a way of showing you guys squaring up. I'm hunting for a box. Sit it on. The tripod's too short. And on the floor. And it's too tall on the table. I'm going to try and pull it up. Whoa, that works. And we got little one too. It says, hi Kim, hi Mona Point 2, hi Mary, hi Cheryl, hi. How's everybody? Yeah? But it's like, I have all these different blocks I can demonstrate on how to square. What? Yeah, you're silly. Because it's very important for squaring up. Hi Carol. So I have, these are all the excess from my one particular quilt I did. I have all these. These are just part of them. It's like I have a whole stack of them. I have some that are huge. But I'm cutting this one in half. What? It's, If you want in your chair, we can put you in your chair. And I can turn us to where we see you more. Where I can see you. Come to the other side, sweetie. Come here. Oh. Yeah, I'll get you in your chair. I'll get you in your chair. Okay, got your feet? Got your feet? Okay, one on that side. She's already had her nap. So you can see her, there she is. Whoops. Say hi, everybody. Hi. You got two rows put together now, Kim? Good job. Good job. Say hi, Dee. Tell him hi. Oh, that's you. Yeah. She's eating crackers, and I made corn crisp with cinnamon and sugar. Good. You got more of that? Her little button nose, yeah. More? Yep. You need it open? She's a nut. We put a couple more in there. It's like her charcuterie board is what we could call it, right? Baby D charcuterie board. It's like Mama left her a candy bar. But I'm trying to see that time delay in that YouTube. That is the worst. I have to put the speed up to like 2+. In other words, I can't see what I'm doing. You want it open? Yeah. Mama said it's yours. Here you go. Let's see how big of a mess you can get in, guys. You guys can witness her get the chocolate everywhere. I just got me a wet rag for her fingers and mine. Hi, Karen. Hi, Lori. It's like, did I miss anybody else? Hi, Lori Clark. We got Lori and Lori. Lori Quilting in the Country and Lori Clark. We got the little one there. I keep trying to move things to where she stays in it and I stay in it. So I'm just slowly trying to move everything as I go. But squaring up, the blocks have to be pressed open. I brought an iron out here temporarily too. And I always press to the dark side. I have enough blocks, I think, to make 2 pinwheels. Pinwheels are easy, but they're a way of showing up how to square up. That was a question asked earlier. And it just, I have nothing to do. She's not going to nap until, if I'm lucky, she might nap from 4 to 5. But I just want to show you a few. When in doubt, repeat. Repeat, repeat, repeat. So you can do any size, but you don't use a rectangular ruler. They're definitely not right. You use a square ruler. And the square ruler has, at the 1 point, has a 45 line running through it. And sometimes they tell you it's 45, sometimes they don't. On this one, they don't. But on your block, I'll do the darker of the two. This needs to be squared to 2.5 to match this pinwheel. This is a 2.5 inch square. Oh, Dada. Hi, Heidi. Yeah, what are you doing? You want down now? Okay. All done? Okay. I'm done. She's all done, so I'll move the camera back over this way. But I have you on top of a box. It's a 12 cans of spray starch. Or light sizing, I should say. But on the block, you take your 1/1 corner. And then you find, you line it up. And 2.5 is right here in this. So I have more than enough. So I'm going to counter check this one. It's like, I just had that other ruler here. Because see, this is 2.5 inches from this point to that point. So it's the same the other way. They're 2.5. So you can either slide this down to the straightest point of 2.5 and cut off your excess. Then you rotate that block, put the 2.5 back down in this corner, make sure this is still lined up, and then you trim off the next. This is called squaring up. I took a bigger block. This is the size of the block before, and that's the size you get now. Those are in inches, yes. Let me grab that tape measure.
I think Buck got his help. Is there anything I can do? I gotta think about this.
Oh, I knew I forgot one thing, Heidi. 2.5 is
Then together, right?
7 and whatever. It's over. It's because 6 is there. 6.5 is right there, and it's 2 more lines over. So I don't know what you would call that. How many lines are there? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 5, 6.
Buck needs you, and I can be your
6.
We can go to the dance break after.
The centimeters plus the millimeters. So you could square it up to like 6.5 centimeters. That would be between, that'd be 2 3/8 on in my world.
You're okay, Bob. That's a good boy.
Yes, 6.7 centimeters. Okay.
What's going on?
So again, you take the ruler, doesn't matter the colors. It's like 2.5 is the points right here. So I pull it down to get it lined. And I'll cut the bigger pieces off again. You cut 2 sides. You can either flip your board depending on the size or the block. And then put this one where my 2.5 is, or Heidi's 6.7 centimeters. I'm lined up here and I'm lined up here. There's 3 points of lining up. The 2 outside and the arrow in the middle. Double check, 2.5. 2.5. Because Heidi said she's doing pinwheels in between her blocks. Yes. She's over playing with a Fisher Price dog. You'll square up to 6.7 is the same as 6.5 or 2.5 mine. Carrie's saying 6.6.5. But you can, as long as you're consistent with what you cut. Because whether the centimeter world, metric world, or our world. Again, line it up. I have the 2.5 down here towards the end. And it's lined up here. Their first cuts are dependent on this line only. And then having enough down here for your 2.5. I was wishing for a different block, but I couldn't find one. But for showing squaring up for now, this is this one. But I can show you on that pinwheel block, if you're squaring up the pinwheel block when you're all done, it's like, you know, this is what size it needs to be. Well, there's a bullseye in here for this ruler. This would be squaring it. It's like, this is a 5.5. Well, I got a 1/2 inch all the way around. So to square it up, to put this one at the 4.5, I put 2 1/4, 2 1/4. You put that right smack in the middle, and then you trim. And then you trim it all to 4.5, which is centimeters, is almost 12. It's like, it's 11.9 is 4.5. But you just find where your point's going to be for squaring up. And I hope this helps you, Heidi. It's like, squaring up is very, very important. So I'll say this as I'm taking this to the, because I don't know what her rulers look like. I don't know if they actually come in the metric up there or not. So that would, I have it lined up for my 6.7 centimeters. Trim off, turn, line up for 6.7 centimeters again, trim, and always make sure the 3 line up. Hi, Gayla. Yeah, so it's like, I got some more. I'll repeat it because repeat is the best thing out there. So I'm lining this up. This line, I have it where my 6.7 fits down here. Trim, trim, turn, line your 6.7 back down here, and trim again, 2 sides. My box gives a little bit. So we have did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. And 4 make your pinwheel. I always start with my color in one spot, and then when you turn them, it's like, if you set this one this way, it's 1 turn, 1/4 turn. You set them up where they look alike, 1/4 turn. Set them where this looks like 1/4 turn. That gets your easy pinwheel. And then if you have lots, you can just stack them on top of each other and repeat.
No more tree climbing expeditions for you?
Yes, you're going back to a perfect square again, Heidi.
You really
Hi, June. Any other questions, Heidi? Because I have 2 more. And then I have the big triangles too. But I could show you how to trim the one part and then the other part. How the pinwheel actually gets. What are you doing, silly girl? You're a silly girl. You're a silly girl. She's playing with the ironing cord. I have my hand on the iron because as soon as I get done pressing these 2 other blocks, I am turning the iron off and putting it up. And then I'll check the chat again. This was a spontaneous thing. Yeah, let Grandma have it. Let Grandma have it. Yeah. It's all on the stove or she can't get it. What? You gotta come over here. You want more food? Over here. There is no more food up there. But it's like, will you give those a border, Sandra? You can give them a border. Like you said you was going to do pinwheel block and then maybe a jean block. But sometimes our half square triangles are big enough that we can actually get 2 out of 1. Like this one here. This is a 5-inch half square triangle. And same thing for squaring up the triangle. Make sure your line's running down it and then trim the excess off. But I can also slide this clear down here to my 2.5. Don't overshoot too far. You can't get up there. You crawling in the dishwasher? And see, out of a bigger block, I just got a small one by squaring up the corner. I have more uses with small pinwheels than I do with a big pinwheel. And then this one here has the bonus. When I cut this one off, I'll have probably 2. Yeah, I'll have 2.5-inch squares, I think. Because I'm pulling it down, the 6.7, as far down in the corner as I can. And I just go past it just a little bit. Roll, start forward, roll backwards. Because I just want to break the thread right there. Flip it again. The 6.7 for Heidi and the 2.5 for Sandra. But see, I have these extra pieces. And I think, yep, I can get a 2.5-inch square out of that. Because it's like, why throw out something that's good and usable? There are quilts that require 2.5-inch squares. I have some just square 2.5-inch square blocks put together that make animals. I have a Scotty dog, 2.5. So from cutting that bigger one up, I will have another pinwheel the same size. Hi, Kenneth. Been a while since Kenneth's been on. He's always been silent. It's like, move those down. So put that piece back out here. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. And then you could mix match them back and forth. And you can even take your pinwheel and turn it just a little bit where the white is the pinwheel. I didn't get them all trimmed. But see, here's where the white's the pinwheel. and they line up differently. But if you put a little border around them, then you don't have to worry about all your seams going together.
Is there anything I can do? I gotta think about this. I really wanted to go. She's my favorite singer. Eddie was so sad that he can't see Alyssa Bean. I wonder.
And this week you're going to see about square in the square block. Again, another simple one. It's like, it starts with one square, but the next square, I'm trying to think if it's on tomorrow's block. I think it is. Let me grab that block pattern.
I like Alyssa Bean's music, but Eddie loves it. If we had an extra ticket, he'd be way happier than I am to go to the concert. Well, oh, no, you.
There goes the baby stroller. Yes, this one has, this Beacon's Lights has square in the square 3 times. The big block in the middle has the 4 points, so that's a square and a square. And these little red ones have square in the square.
See? Closed.
The shaggy quilt, it's like mine. I just put another a border fabric, whatever I want as the border. And then the outside edge, I go over and sew 1/2 inch out around the whole edge of the quilt twice. And then I snip back into it. And that gives me my shaggy edge. Keeping all my sharp things up where I can see them. Yeah. I don't have books either. It's like, I figured it out by looking at the picture until I got internet. I didn't have internet for years. It wasn't a necessity.
Because I wish we had an extra ticket for him. Same, but you don't.
But I just thought, well, it was fresh in my mind what we needed. And then where Heidi's saying square in the square, that's perfect for tomorrow. Because this Beacon Light block has 4 smaller ones, where the red is on this one, and the dark blue center is another square in the square. And it's just, this square is cut smaller than this square, and then that square is usually cut in 4 pieces. And see here, this is a 4 3/4 inch square. And then the outside one that goes on it is two 4 inch squares are cut in half. So one goes there, and off the other one goes here and here. Because it has to be wider because it overlaps. So you get your 1/4 inch to trim.
I can't wait to tell Eddie. He's going to be so happy. What's up?
Yes. By this one being shorter, it's easier to go back and watch because it's one-on-one, more or less. It's not stop, delay, stop, delay. But you can always ask Heidi. Never be afraid to ask a question. And it's like, here's my colors for tomorrow, my red, white, and blues. But I want to thank everybody for stopping in. Okay, try to come tomorrow. If not, there's always the replay. There's always the replay. And if nothing else, I can do a square in the square short video too. But want to tell everybody, bye. It's like, here's the co-star. Gotta find her. It's like, gotta turn my handle. There's the co-star. Say bye, everybody. Delaney, look up here. Say bye, everybody. Say bye.
I can.
Yeah, you say bye bye. Bye bye. Blow kisses? Oh, there's your kisses. Blowing kisses. I have a dirty diaper to go change. I'm glad everybody came on. Oh, so Terry got here in time. She got her kisses. Hi, Joe. Did Terry get her kisses? Yeah, blow kisses again. Oh, blow again. Huh. Yeah. Here's your wash bag. She had a chocolate bar.
Oh.
Oh, I missed you. Okay. Well, I have my phone down here underneath my box. But I want to thank everybody for joining us today. And Cutie Patooty's in a good mood. So, see you guys all tomorrow. Bye, everybody.